Alright guys, welcome back to another Scientific Rankings video. In this video, I want to show you how to set up your social profiles correctly so you're basically just not wasting your time, and really how they tie into them, how to use them, and all the basics of that. So let's get into it, and I want to start with a very basic understanding that is extremely important because it's going to save you some effort. So the basic principle here, guys, is that social profiles add zero power. They are not about adding power. Now, it is possible to do stuff and tweak things so you do get some power out of them, but it's just not about power. We don't build these to get power to our sites. We don't build these to directly increase the power to our sites. Instead, we build them for trust. See, if you don't have social profiles for your website, it's just weird. What company goes through all the effort of setting up a website and doesn't register themselves on Facebook, Twitter, and some basic sites like that? Even if they don't use all of them, it's very, very strange if they don't have at least one or two, especially like Facebook and Twitter. So social profiles equals trust signal. They're a massive trust signal for your website. So here's what we're going to be using for building social profiles. Now, you don't need to use these every single time. You don't need to register all of these every single time you build out a website. You can mix between them and choose them however you like. But this is the ones that I prefer. These are my favorite ones. And then it says at the bottom, like, and more if you want. So you can pick more and build even more than that if you want. Some people build 50 plus. Totally your choice. I've done that on some sites, and it didn't matter that much, but you can build more of them if you like, and we'll get through some more advanced stuff as we go through it. So the basic understanding, guys, is relatively simple. You go out there, you build a Facebook, a Pinterest, a YouTube profile, and a Twitter profile as an example, and then you link them all to your website. Voila, you have social profiles. That's the basic understanding, and that's how most people will do it. Now, the advanced understanding is that you can link all of these together, and it's going to increase the trust that is sent into your website. It's going to increase the power of each of them, so therefore it increases the trust that is sent into your website. So this is pretty basic here. You can see, so you have your Facebook, and it's linked to your Tumblr, and it's linked to your YouTube, and it's linked to your Weebly as an example. Weebly is actually not a social profile, it's a Web 2.0, but it still works the same anyway. And these are just basically just randomly linking together. It's not like a pattern. We're not linking Facebook to Tumblr, and then Tumblr to YouTube, then YouTube to Twitter. Then it's not a full pattern. Actually, it is in this case that they all link around in a circle like that. But they don't all link to each other. It's completely random which ones they link to. Weebly currently links to every single one, whereas Twitter only links to Weebly and to YouTube. So it's just a completely random linking pattern. Don't make a pattern out of this, guys. Do it completely randomly. Don't tell your VAs, do this link to this one and this one to this one. Just link them at complete randomness, and then there's no footprint or anything there, and they all obviously point to the homepage because we want to send all the trust over to the homepage. Now, I just want to reiterate again that this is randomly interlinked. It's not specific ones that you link together. It's randomly interlinked, which removes patterns. We're not doing like a specific circle around the site or anything like that. It's just completely random. And what we want to do is you want to set this up with IFTTT, which we'll cover in more detail later on. But basically it means where you set up a syndication, so every time you update your blog, for example, on your money site, then it shares it to Twitter, Facebook, and all these different sites, and it all links back to your money site every single time that you update the blog on your money site, or something else that you can use as a trigger also. So let's go into the basics of how they set these up, and let's just make this extremely simple to follow along. So obviously you want to keep these branded. You want to keep these in your brand name of your website. So if your website is called darylsplumbers.com, then it's going to be facebook.com/darylsplumbers. It's going to name them Daryl's Plumbers. It's all going to be within the brand because these are owned properties that are very, very clearly owned by the website that it's about, that it's linked to. So these are all for your brand purposes of your website. Now you also want to use a VPN, or you want to use a proxy when creating these accounts. If you don't use a VPN or a proxy, then Facebook is going to know, for example, or Google's going to know when you create like 10 different accounts on YouTube, all on the exact same IP. So you need to use a VPN, or you need to use a proxy when creating these accounts. Now, I recommend having a spare phone number available to verify them, because it is going to come up, especially when you're using proxies and stuff. It's going to happen because someone's probably used that proxy beforehand to register an account. That's okay, because you can get verified phone numbers and you can buy verified accounts if you want to. But here's a neat little trick that I do to get phone numbers totally free. So what I do is I go into Google and I search free SIM cards, and I don't know if this works everywhere in the world, but at least in the UK it works completely fine. And you search free SIM cards, and there's all these companies that come up that send you SIM cards completely free, because they know that if you get a free SIM card, then you're going to use it, and then you're going to like pay them money off to you, so they're going to make some money out of you. So you have a look here and you can see that this one here, free pay-as-you-go SIM, Tesco Mobile. Now, you can get up to 4 SIMs per household, but you need to register for each SIM separately. So you can request 4 SIM cards for them completely free, use them all yourself just to verify accounts, and then you have 4 phone verified accounts just like that. And there's all these different sites that come up that allow you to do this. And what I realized when I used to do this a lot was that if I went onto these sites, I could order again and again and again. I could click back, then request another one, then click back, then request another one, then click back, then request another one. And I'd have like 20 SIM cards coming from one single company, all within like 10 minutes of work, just requesting them over and over again at the exact same time. So use this if you want some free SIM cards to verify your accounts. I don't know if it works outside of UK, but for people in the UK, then you can just copy my little trick there for getting as many as you possibly want, very, very simply. So also, I need to add this, is that you can use a proxy from anywhere in the world and use a SIM card from anywhere in the world completely differently. So you can use a proxy that's in the US, you can use a proxy that's in Australia, and still use a UK number to verify the account. They don't care where the number's from, all they care is that's a real number, just to verify it's a real person. So this is how I approach that. Let's move on to some more advanced stuff, and that's adding the link. So generally speaking, this is pretty simple, but on some sites there's a little bit more to it. So on Facebook, for example, let's just go for it. So on Facebook, you can do profile links and status updates. So let me just show you on Coca-Cola here. You have a little about thing here. There's a website there, coca-cola.com. And then also, obviously, I'm sure you guys already know this, you can do a status update and you can post a link there. And voila, you have a link from the newsfeed there also. Now moving on, Twitter. Again, Twitter's pretty much the same. You have a profile link and you have status update. So Twitter, you have their profile there. It's a charity water. You see the little link there. And then again, in the tweets, you can have a link there, just as simple. Pinterest, you can do your profile link again, and you can also do board posts. So how to look at a company here on Pinterest, you can see their profile. It says www.nordstrom.com. There's a link there. And also, when you share stuff from your website, you can include a link there. You can also grab a random picture from your internet and edit it and go into the edit settings and change it so it says save from your site, and again include links there. So you create a new board and you have lots and lots of links there to various different pages on your websites. Very simple to do there. Another thing you could do is YouTube, and YouTube is profile links and video descriptions. So you go to your profile, you have all these little links here like this. You can set all those links there to different social networks, including your own website. And you can also, when you upload a video, as you can see above this is Casey Neistat, you can see drone, and it's like an Amazon affiliate link. So you can also link to different things, including your website, within the video descriptions. On Google Plus, you can do profile links and status updates again. So most of these sites are profile links and status updates. So in the profile there, you can include a link in your introduction, which is anchor text, and you can include a link in the link section to all your social profiles and your website. On about.me, it's exclusively profile links because there's no status updates or anything like that. So you can see here, you can include it in your description, where you can do anchor text links like brand name links like they've done here. Or you can do like connect at the bottom to your social profiles and stuff like that. Like they've got the WordPress site there, LinkedIn, and all that sort of stuff there. So the rest, I'm sure you can figure this out. I'm sure I don't need to tell you how to add a link to these profiles, but I just want to give you the basics of how exactly this works. So the next step, guys, is to go out there and set up your social profiles and watch the IFTTT video, which is extremely important because they're going to show you how to set up that IFTTT syndication, which is going to make them even better, even more useful for building up trust to your money site. This is the basics of how to go out there and how to set them up. Make sure you link them together, make sure you connect them up and everything like that. I'll show you an example of how to do that later. Alright, hope this video helps. I'll see you in the next one.